One. Okay, guys, I thought we could discuss quotients. Quotients, the word quotient means measures, which have a solid influence on your life and success, whether it's career success or life success, success at the workplace or success at home. These quotients are of deadly importance, or in other words, they are quintessential. Let's take a quick look at the different quotients. Some of them you might have already heard, but I'm sure some of them you wouldn't have heard. Let's check it out. Okay. Quotients. The one on top, as you can see, is intelligence quotient. We know that for each age group, there is a test to determine the intelligence quotient. We used to believe earlier that higher the intelligence quotient, higher the success possibility in life. But now, management experts understand that that's not the case. It's not as if I'm undermining the importance of intelligence quotient. Intelligence quotient, of course, is important. But then there are many other quotients which are much, much more important. See, whether it's Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, or our own Ambani's, so whoever. See, all these people are not, I'm not saying they are less intelligent, but they are not Einsteins in their respective fields. They are of average intelligence, but they have other quotients which have taken them to a very high level of success. Okay, let's check out the other quotients. The second quotient is emotional quotient. So, you may be wondering what is emotional quotient. See, one has to have emotions, but then one has to have controlled emotions. A person who is generally happy, if he cannot be a little tough, as and when required, I don't think there's any chance for success in practical life. So we need to have balanced or controlled emotions. So it's good to have emotional quotients in the mid-range. Whatever be the emotion, anger, sadness, frustration, happiness, excitement, anything beyond a certain degree could be harmful. So emotional quotient beyond a certain degree is not good. At the same time, having no emotions would make you a robo and would make you far from being a leader. You will not have good relationships. You will not succeed in practical life if you don't have any emotion. So it is good to have emotional quotient in the mid-range. Okay? Check out the third quotient. Cultural quotient. Let's check out what it is. You know, today's workplaces are called multicultural environments. Here people from different cultures from around the world come together. It is impossible to build an island around you and build cultural barriers. See, with Westerners, a hug is okay. It's not a kind of trespass or encroachment into the privacy of an individual. But then for an Arab lady, it's unthinkable. So when you have cultural quotient, you are able to understand and adjust with cultures from around the world. For example, when you are in China, eat the mid portion of the snake. This is an old Malayalam saying or dictum or paradigm which I am trying to translate into English. So when you are with the Westerners, your culture needs to be somewhat like them. When you are with Arabs, you need to follow their culture. Only if you have a good cultural quotient, you can succeed in today's multicultural environments. The next quotient is quotient. You see social quotient next. Let me tell you what that is. See, some of us are good in terms of intelligence. We are emotionally stable. We understand cultures. We accommodate cultures. But we may have poor social quotient. Social quotient is simply your ability to understand the social context of others. For example, if you are in a class, a student with a good social quotient or a teacher with a good social quotient would understand what kind of family background each student comes from. And when you know that, you are able to understand and appreciate them better. You are able to get along with them much better. So social quotient is your ability to understand the living context, life situation of people around you. So if you have a good social quotient, obviously you will be a success in life. So this is a very important question. Next question. Next is spiritual quotient. Right. See, the world of management and science used to ignore the importance of spiritual quotient. But now they are realizing that spiritual quotient is more important than many other quotients, because see, in today's world, if you are able to adjust with the ups and downs of life, with the vagaries of life, with the catastrophes of life, with the calamities and dangers that await you in life, it's very important that you have a spiritual quotient. Spiritual quotient is simply belief in forces that are beyond you, above you. There are many things in your life. There are many things around you which you cannot control. So if you don't have a spiritual quotient, what will happen is, with the first failure, you get depressed. And if this failure is not due to you, or you couldn't help that failure, or is due to extraneous factors, then a person without spiritual quotient will end up in complete frustration. And that's the end of his endeavor. So it's important to have a good spiritual quotient. To go back again, traditionally we were thinking intelligence quotient is all that is required for success in life. We have realized that that's not at all the case. Though intelligence quotient is important, it's not the major ingredient of success. There are so many other quotients. Emotional quotient is important because you need to have balanced emotions. An emotionless person may not succeed. A person who is too emotional may not succeed. So you need to be in the mid-range. Cultural quotient, deadly importance, because you work in multicultural environments. And then if you have to adjust with people from different parts of the world, following different cultures, you need to have a high cultural quotient. Please note, you cannot work in an MNC without a good cultural quotient. Social quotient. If you don't understand your colleagues, your peers, your friends, your superiors and subordinates, it's very difficult to build a good relationship with them. If you understand their social context, their life situation, complexities of their life, you can make better friends, you can make lasting relationships with them. So your social quotient is very important. And finally, spiritual quotient. See, all said and done, success and failure does not depend entirely on your effort, your diligence, your determination. It depends on so many extraneous factors. So if you have a spiritual quotient, you understand that there are powers beyond you, and success and failure are not entirely within your control. Without this quotient, it's difficult to survive today, because so many times you may fail for reasons which are not yours. So wish you good luck in your career in life. Make sure that you understand these quotients and you build up good levels or good measures of these quotients. Thank you very much.